Guys and girls, it's know it time!
Next lesson today is on permutations. Permutations. Now, before I can actually start with permutations, I will call this permutations part 1. I'm going to need 2 lessons on this topic. The reason why is permutations, you need to know something called factorials. I'm going to introduce factorials first before I can teach permutations. Introduce factorials. And this is what I want to work on with you today. Factorials. Okay. So guys and gals, it's know it time. Your favorite time of the day. Now I won't have time to draw the picture due to time constraints. Here is factorials. See, in all your questions so far, I gave you blanks. Okay, we'll draw about 5 blanks. And I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a lot of people ask me, no, this is too long to write. Can I write something else, make it shorter? So mathematicians came up with a symbol. 5 with an exclamation mark. It does not mean 5 really loudly. It just means 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is not English. This is math. Okay? So this is called 5 factorial. Now, if I give you something like this, 20 factorial, I don't have a lot of time to punch this in my calculator 20 times 19 times 18, so on and so on. So grab your TI-83 out, and your TI-83 or your regular calculator has a factorial button built in. If you're using a TI-83, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit in 20 right now. Hit math. There's a math button right here on the left side. Yeah. Go to PRB. That stands for probability. Right there. You should be at the screen.
Wait.
Hi.
Where?
PRB.
Oh. Got it.
And there's a little exclamation mark right there. That's your factorial. Hit enter. And then hit enter again. And it gives you 2.4 times 10 to the power of 18, which is some insane number. Okay? So this is how we use a factorial button. But let's give you some more practice with this. What if I give you this? I want you to simplify without using a calculator. What if I say 9 factorial over 7 factorial? No calculators needed. How would you simplify this? Okay, so let's write this out. So it allows you to say, hey, so it would be 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, a lot of you are going to ask, how do I solve this without a calculator? Would you agree? I'm going to highlight a few things. Highlight this for me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's another way of writing that? 7 factorial. So would you agree I can rewrite this as 9 times 8 times 7 factorial over 7 factorial. Guess what cancels out? 7 factorial. Oh my goodness. You're left with 9 times 8. See, I don't need a calculator. I use the power of factorials. Equals to 72. Voila. What if I ask you this? What's negative 2 factorial? Try that on your calculator for me. Negative 2 factorial. Negative 2 factorial, if you punch in your calculator right now, you should get something that says error. So I'm going to write a few notes down for you right now. Star. This is crucial. A lot of people don't realize this. You cannot, this is key, cannot have a negative factorial. Negative factorial. You cannot have a negative factorial. Okay? What if I ask you to simplify? A bit more challenging this time. N factorial over n minus 1 factorial. I'm going to pause it. Now, if you're stuck, if you're stuck, here's what we do. Write this out for me, please. Star. Expand the larger factorial. Okay, I have 2 factorials, so you're going to expand the larger one. The larger factorial. The question is, which one's the larger one? The top one or the bottom one? Top. How do you know? Because n is larger than n minus 1. Agree? Because n is larger than n minus 1. So I'm going to expand this out. Now, look at the way, if I use numbers, it's easy. For example, 5 factorial equals to 5 times 4 times 3. Notice that it gets always 1 less. So if I expand this out, I start with n. What's 1 less than n? N minus 1. So I go n minus 1. What's 1 less than n minus 1? N minus 2. Dot, dot, dot. Would you agree that all this right here, I can rewrite as something very nicely? That can be written as n minus 1 factorial. Because all that whole thing on top right there, whatever all this is n minus 1 factorial. Okay. How? Because what I want you to expand out n minus 1 factorial. N minus 1 factorial equals to n minus 1 times what? N minus 2 times dot 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 dot. So would you agree that this whole thing is n minus 1 factorial? So I can rewrite this as n factorial, n times n minus 1 factorial over n minus 1 factorial. Hey, guess what cancels out? N minus 1. And you're left with n. Very nice. No tricks. Try this. A bit more challenging. All you're going to do is simplify. That's all I'm going to ask you to do. N minus 1 factorial over n minus 4 factorial. Actually, not too complicated. Make it n minus 3 factorial. Good luck. See, I look at this and I look, hey, the top one's the large one. So I'm going to expand out the top one. If you expand out the top one, you get n minus 1. Nisha, what's next after n minus 1? N minus 2. Amrapal, what's next? What's after n minus 2? N minus 3. Dot, 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 dot. Okay? But if I look at this and say, hey, look, all this stuff really is n minus 3. So I can rewrite this. See, all that stuff right there is n minus 3. So I can rewrite this as n minus 1 times n minus 2 n minus 3 factorial over n minus 3. Guys, gals, you're left with n minus 1 and minus 2. No. You will later on, but for now you can just leave it like that. That's it. Try this, solve, and that's this. I'm going to give you a stupid note question for today and see who can figure this out. Is it that hard? No, not really. The question now, we're not simplifying anymore. I'm actually going to ask you solve for n. We're actually going to take it to the next level, solve it. I'll start up easy. N plus 1 factorial over n factorial equals to 6. Woo. I'll give you a hint. Simplify. See, if I did this correct, things will cancel nicely. Key. Simplify first. A lot of people don't simplify and they make errors. See, I have n plus 1. I'm going to rewrite this n plus 1 times n factorial. You should be able to see where I got the n factorial from. Over n factorial equals to 6. I cancel out very nicely now. N plus 1 equals to 6. N equals to 5. That's how you do. And I'm going to ask you to do one. Actually, I'm going to teach you later. I'll let you figure out. Sorry? How do you get n factorial on top? Here's how. See, n plus 1, I'm going to expand this out. Would you agree I can get n plus 1 times n minus 1 times n minus 2, so on? All this stuff right here, just so, I can rewrite as what? N what? N factorial. That's where n factorial came from. Okay? As always, minus 1. No, never plus. Okay? Guys, gals, here's your supernova question for today. I'm going to give you a team challenge. Show work. No marks. Guessing and testing is not allowed. I repeat, guessing and testing is not allowed. It's like you guys are, you can only go to a table with... This is interesting. Full work, no marks. N plus 1 factorial over n minus 2 factorial equals to 20 n minus 1. Woo! Woo! Good luck. You need it.
Seriously.
Hey, seriously. Hey. Team challenge. Question like this is worth around 4 marks on my test. Because you got to do a lot of work. No work, no marks. I'll give you about 5 to 7 minutes. Grumpy, choose a team, Grumpy.
Huh?
Choose a group.
Why did you go myself?
There goes your chance of winning. Seriously, without you, I have no one to pick on. Life would be so boring. Again, the key is to simplify. You gotta simplify this out. It has to be correct, dead on. Anyone here with level 5 parts yet? No? Only one of you. That's a very nice reward. Only 3 people, 120 kids achieve level 5.
Can you like expand on that?
You can do whatever you like. This is your work, please. What does right or wrong? That's where you figure out. This question was on the provincial exam, and it was a written. I think they gave it 3 marks on the provincial exam. Yeah, you solve for n. There's only 1 letter solve for it. You solve for n, guys.
Mr. Can you have 2 answers?
You can have whatever you like. Remember, whether it's right or wrong, I'll decide later. Circle your answers, whatever you like. It has to be flawless for this one. Flawless. You should have the skills to solve this. Every one of you have thought how to do it. You just gotta push your brains in and close it. Hey, I can't say anything. I always say interesting to everyone.
No, when it's wrong, you say you can do whatever you like.
You can do whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually caught onto my keywords, what I say to you. Oh.
That should be like your voicemail answering machine thing.
During the exam when I walk by, so no one knows.
It's like how you hear this, you
No,
know.
want to make my voicemail?
For what?
Want to write something on voice?
It's like it's Guys, now it's you're chilling with no.
Or think of something and let me know. Something like me.
I'm gonna create a rapid video. I'm gonna turn it. See that the rap back
Are you
there?
gonna like be in it?
I'm gonna turn that rap into a music video.
Are you
I'm gonna
gonna
get
be
it.
like
All I need is someone who can be good at rapping and have a beat. Rapping? She's a good rapper. Are you kidding me? How many people need more time? Hands up. 1 minute before I make my walk around. Oh, Sam, don't look. Don't look. Doesn't matter what he's doing. He could be doing it wrong. You could be doing it right. Who knows?
It's opposite way around.
This is a classic exam question. Should I make my walk? Here we go. I'm gonna walk with this side first. Okay, fine. I'll do that side first.
No, go that way.
Okay, I'll work with middle. Just how where is it? Okay, middle. Where is it? Okay, where is it? Okay, back row. Where is it? Okay, this row. Where is it? This row. Where is it? Okay.
It's a road challenge?
Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
You're right.
Alright guys, here we go.
Obviously equal out to the other side.
This is not a proof question, please. You're thinking proofs. Here we go. Guys, I walked around. N equals to 4, negative 5.
That's wrong.
This is correct. But, there's a big but in there. This number is wrong. Why? Why is it? I mentioned something right off the bat. I wrote a star. What? You cannot have a negative factorial. I mentioned to you right off the bat. I'm going to show you. Sorry? 1, I believe. Here's what happens. When you plug in negative 5 into here, you have a negative number. You can't have a negative factorial number. See, I'm going to show you all how this came from. Right off the bat, I go n plus 1 times n minus 1 times n minus 2 factorial over n minus 2 factorial. These cancels out. Equals to 20 times n minus 1. If you multiply out 20 times n minus 1, you're on the wrong track. I'm going to bring n minus 1 over by dividing. And when you do that, you cancel with this other n minus 1. So what you're left with is... Am I recording this? Yep. So what you're left with is n plus 1 times n equals to 20. Because the n minus 1 will cancel each other out. Expand. N squared plus n. I'm going to bring the 20 to the left side. Whoop. That's equals to 0. Guys, gotta solve for n now, which is basically factoring. You get n plus 5, n minus 4. N equals to negative 5 and 4. But here's what happens when you sub in negative 5 into your equation. Sub in negative 5, and you get negative 4 factorial over negative 7 factorial. Right off the bat, I see a negative number with factorials. It will never work. Never ever work. So, oh please, cancel negative. So, oh please. Please. So your only answer is n equals to 4. This is the trick behind this question. And it goes back what I said before. You cannot have a negative factorial. A lot of people don't realize that. And they try to crunch it in and you get the wrong answer.
Wait, so
Hi.
that number can't be a negative as long as it doesn't equal out to a negative, right?
No. Well, this number could be a negative if when you sub it in, as long as it's fine. Yep. So guys, gals, your work. Page, I'm going to give you your cards.
So if you have a negative, then you should just assume that it's always plugged
No,
in.
I plug it in just to double check. Your answer cannot be a negative factorial, basically. Hi. Page 103.
So x can be negative with the.
Hi. Numero 11 to 21. I want you to take a look at number 11 first of all, please, because a lot of you are going to be confused saying, Mr. No, where did that came from? The number is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. They asked you to write this as a factorial. Right off the bat, would you agree this looks like a 9 factorial? Page 103. But there's something missing. What is on the bottom to make it 9 times 8 times 7 times 6? 6 factorial? Close. 5 factorial. Think about this. See, they give you this format. They ask you to work backwards. Because 9 factorial over 5 factorial is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. This is, they give you the answer, go backwards to get the question. So you got to look at it, and so you got to train your eyes to work with factorial. Guys, gals, 11 to 21, you should be able to do all the questions. Tomorrow I will start permutations. You need to know how to do factorials before you can do permutations. And this ends our lesson for today. Only 20 minutes, that's not so